class.
Yes. Yes.
All right, so for those of you in the classroom, you have a whole bunch of little square tiles. Different colors, doesn't matter what they are. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna use these tiles. Those of you that are learning at home right now, you can find things to use at home or you can draw pictures. All right, but remember how we've talked about equal groups?
Yeah.
Do you remember how we've talked about arrays?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna start out reviewing equal groups. Okay, so if you have 4 equal groups of 3, can you show that to me? 4 equal groups of 3. Okay, so 4 equal groups of 3. Here's what I am seeing. And some of you may have stacked them on top of each other. Okay, so is this one group?
Yes.
2 groups?
Yep.
3 groups?
Yes.
4 groups?
Yes.
How many in each group?
3.
So 4 groups of 3. Or we could say 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3.
So you could do 6 with
So I have 6 here, right? Plus 6 here. What's 6 plus 6? 12. So 4 groups of 3, which is 4 times 3, equals what?
12.
3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 equals what?
12.
12. All right, let's try another one. This time, I want you to have your dry erase marker out as well.
Are we gonna need a whiteboard?
Nope. We're gonna use the square tiles to show this. 6 groups of 5. So go ahead and show that using the square tiles first. So make 6 groups of 5. I'm just showing our friends at home what you guys are doing with those. Okay, does everybody have their 6 groups of 5? All right, so you have your 6 groups. Is that 6? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes. How many tiles are in each one of these?
5.
All right, I'm just gonna start doing dots, it's quicker. All right, so it's like saying 6 times 5. However, what would be the repeated addition sentence that goes with what you just created? It's like saying this plus this plus this plus. What would be that repeated addition sentence? Write it down on your desk. The repeated addition. Are you adding different numbers, or is it always the same number? Okay, so it looks like I am seeing this. 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 5. What can I skip count by to find my answer? Everybody?
5.
Let's do that.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Oh, hold on. You gotta stop with the number of groups that you have, right? We had 6 groups. We counted by 5s 6 times. What would be the multiplication sentence that would go with this same problem here? Show me what the multiplication sentence should look like. Very good. Everybody had the same thing. So 6 groups of 5 is the same as 6 times, because that times means groups of 5. And what did we already find out that 6 groups of 5 equals? 30. Right? Shall we try another one?
Yes.
Okay, erase your desk. I'm gonna erase the board. Three groups of 1. 3 groups of 1. So think about how many groups you have to have and how many are in each group. 3 groups of 1.
This one's easy.
Don't share what you figured out. I was trying to trick you. Jenny's got it figured out. Connor's getting it figured out. Okay, friends. How many groups are there?
3.
1, 2, 3. 3 groups of what? So how many in each group? 1. What would be the repeated addition for this problem? Write it down on your desk. Jenny's got it taken care of. Lucas is getting it.
I was wondering if I was gonna do time.
The repeated addition. Haley's got it. Raylan's got it. Natalia's got it. Connor was making it too hard, but now he's got it. How many groups do you have? So our repeated addition, say it with me, is 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals
3.
Right, 1 plus 1 plus 1 equals 3. Now, what would the multiplication equation need to be for this one? How many equal groups?
3.
Okay, so 3 groups of how many?
1.
1. Friends, when we multiply a number by 1, what does it always equal? The other number, right? So 3 times 1 equals 3. All right. Erase your desk. Your new problem is on the board. Show me, using your tiles, what this would look like. 1 group of 9. How many groups are you making?
1.
Just 1 group. 1 group. Okay, so it looks like a lot of you stacked them, which is fine. Some of you displayed them straight across or straight down or as like doubles. Doesn't matter how you did it.
No.
No. How many groups do you have?
1.
1 group. So some of you just stacked them all on top of each other. Some of you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, that's fine. Is there a repeated addition problem for this?
Yeah. Well, no.
How many are in this group?
9.
Is that our answer?
Yeah.
So what would the multiplication equation for this one be?
I had the multiplication.
No. How many groups?
1.
1 group of what?
9.
9. So 1 times 9 equals 9. I'm going to leave this up here. But now what I'm going to, oh, you won't have enough. Never mind.
What were you gonna do?
We'll do a smaller one. Okay, so this time let's do one group of 2. Show me one group of 2 with your tiles. One group of 2. So remember, one group. How many are in that group?
1.
No. There's one group. How many are inside this group?
2.
2. So if I have one group of 2, how many do we have? 2. What would our multiplication equation be for this one? 1 times 2. 1 times 2. What does it equal though? It equals 2. Okay, this I'm going to leave on the board. Now what you're going to do is have 10 groups of 2. So we had one up here. Now we're going to do 10 groups of 2. So show me that using your tiles. Those of you at home, if you don't have enough of something to make this, you can use your dry erase board and just draw it out.
What if you don't have
They have one. Okay, do you have your 10 groups of 2? No. Groups of 2. 10 of those.
I make little.
Okay, so 10 groups of 2. I'm going to walk around with the video here. So there are 10 groups of 2. Okay. All right, so 10 groups of 2. What would our repeated addition look like for that one? What's the repeated addition going to be? That's your multiplication equation. What would the repeated addition look like for it? Okay, did you come up with the repeated addition?
Yes.
So how many are in my first group?
2.
2.
How many are in my next one?
2.
There's 2 in each one, right?
Yeah.
I think that's enough. What can I skip count by on these?
2.
By 2.
By twos. Do you remember how to skip count by twos?
Yeah.
Count with me then.
2,
2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Some of you have forgotten how to skip count by twos, it sounds like. So we have 10 groups of 2. What would our multiplication equation look like for this? What's our first number here? 10 times, which means groups of 2. And what did we say the product is? 20. Friends, stop playing with the tiles. Stop playing with other things on your desk. Look up here. We had one group of 2, which is 1 times 2 equals 2. 10 groups of 2, that's 10 times 2 equals 20. Do you see a similarity between the multiplication equations? Where should our attention be, friends? On the board, yes. Look at the multiplication equation of 1 times 2. One group of 2 equals 2. 10 groups of 2 equals 20. What do you notice about those two equations that is kind of similar? What's the similarity you see, Connor?
That you just gotta add zeros.
Oh, is he right? Add a 0 here. If you add a 0 there, then you have to add a 0 to your product. So it's still like saying 1 times 2, except they just added the 0 to it. Let's try another one. 1 group of 4. Show me that using your tiles or drawing it at home. Then write the repeated addition and the multiplication equation. So you're doing 3 things on your own right now. Show that using your tiles first, then the repeated addition, last the multiplication equation. This will be our last one for today. Think about how we did that last one, the one group of 10. No, because this is saying 4 groups of 1. So here you have one group of how many?
4.
4. So what would our addition be for this one?
Just 4.
Yeah, it's just 4. There's nothing that's added to it, is there? You could say that it's 4 plus nothing, right? Or you can just leave it as 4. What would our multiplication equation be for this problem? One group of 4, write that as a multiplication equation. 1 times, because that means group of 4. When you multiply a number times 1, what does it equal?
Always the opposite.
Yeah, that other number. So 1 times 4 equals 4. And that's exactly what we have. We only have 4 in our group right now. We're going to change it though. This time we're going to do 10 groups of 4. So 10 groups. How many in each group?
4.
4 in each group. Okay, eyes up on the board then. You have the tiles. I had to draw it. All right. So do I have 10 groups? Let's double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, I have the right amount. So if I have 10 groups of 4, what would my repeated addition be? Is it 10 plus 10 plus 10? Would that be right? No. How many are in each of the groups?
4.
There's only 4. So what are we going to keep repeating as we add? 4. So here's our first 4. I might not know my multiples of 4 yet. So here's what I want you to do. Think about the multiplication equation that we would write for this problem. If we have 10 groups of 4, what's our multiplication equation? 10 times 4. Let's write that down. 10 times 4. Now, look up here, friends. 1 times 4 equaled 4. What would 10 times 4 equal? 1 times 4 equals 4. 10 times 4 would equal, what are you thinking, Reese?
40.
Ooh, do you agree with Reese?
Yes.
Yes. Whoops. You are correct. So then, if we repeat adding 4 10 times, what does it equal here?
40.
40. All right. erase your desks.
Is this the last one?
Yes, we need to get ready for lunch.
Hey, that went fast.
It went really fast.
Oh, yeah.
Miss Loafing